Welcome all of you for this live workshop on new features in Microsoft Excel 365. So this is second session, that is day 2. Let's recap quickly what we did in the previous session. So in the previous session, we learned about the formulas, that is Excel new formulas, various different, I think almost some 30 formulas we actually learned, right? After that, we learned about few new visualizations, right? There were very few visualizations. We just discussed on that as well. There were a few questions. I kept it on hold. So people who are, having any questions, you can ask me today, because today we have very less topics that you people can discuss a lot of things. You can ask me questions. I will answer all your questions. Okay. All right. So I'll just go to today's topic. So today's topic, we have OneDrive, Power Query Editor, Power Pivots, and Excel on web. How we can use Excel on web. So let me just go to this. Yeah. I was also telling there is one big announcement as well. So we have a very big announcement to tell you people. So that I'll tell you in the end. Okay, I'll tell you that in the end. So what is that big announcement of this year? All right. So before we go to this OneDrive, what we'll do is we'll learn about Power Query Editor. I think most of you have already attended this Power Query Editor. Some of them are actually new for this Power Query Editor. So what we'll do is we'll take some examples on how we can use this Power Query Editor. Now, what is Power Query Editor? So let's start from that. So people who knows, it's really good. People who doesn't know anything about Power Query Editor, we'll discuss on that. We'll work on some examples. Okay. So before I start, how many of you know about Power Query Editor? Who are there in this session? How many of you know this? How many of you know about this Power Query Editor? Two people. You know. People, how many of you know about Power Query Editor? If you know, you say yes. If you don't know, say no, so that I'll understand how many of you know the Power Query Editor and how many of you doesn't know. Quickly, you should answer. Yeah. Okay. Right. That means there are a few people who doesn't know about Power Query Editor. So what we'll do, we'll try to take some examples on Power Query Editor, and then we'll go to Power Pivot. Okay. Right. So before we go to this Power Query Editor, let's understand what this Power Query Editor is all about. Power Query Editor is a data transformation and data preparation engine. It is a ETL tool. We can see here, I mentioned here, ETL tool, which is nothing but extract, transform, and load. That means we can extract the data, we can load the data, and we can transform the data. When I said transform, that means we are trying to modify, we are trying to convert the data, say from one format to another format. Suppose if you want to clean the data, so there are various different things what actually we can do. Suppose if we want to prepare the data for creating any reports, then I can use this ETL tool, that is Power Query Editor in Excel, and this is available in Power BI as well. So people who actually know about Power Query Editor in Excel, they can also work on Power BI exactly same thing. So if you learn Power Query Editor here in Excel, so you can work that in Power BI as well. So concentrate on this so that you can use the same concept in Power BI as well. Okay. All right. So Power Query comes with a graphical interface for getting data from sources and Power Query Editor for applying transformations. That means it is actually a GUI, exactly like what we have this MS Office application. It is nothing but it's a part of Excel and it's a part of Power BI. Okay, it will take you to another window where it is completely graphical user interface. All the menus, the options are available. We can just click one click, the options are enabled. That means the options are applied on that particular data what we select, or say we want to modify some data, we can select that data and we can modify or transform. Okay. Right. Because the engine is available in many products and services, the destination where the data will be stored depends on where Power Query was used. That means I told you this tool is available in various different products as well. That is in Power BI we have, and we have this in Excel. So likewise, there are other applications as well. So whatever application I open and enable this Power Query Editor, only in that application this will work. All right, so let me minimize this and see how we can actually work on this Power Query Editor. Now, first what we'll do is we'll see how we can get the data into my Excel sheet. Let me open one Excel. I'll open the Excel application. And also I'll open this folder. So today I'll be giving you this data. Okay. So yesterday I didn't send the data. So today I'll be sending this data to you. Okay. So let's do one thing. I'll go here. I will select or open one Excel file. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll just take one table. Okay. Let me just copy this. I'm just trying to copy. I'm copying this data. Okay, understand? I'll copy this data and I'll paste this in my Excel sheet. Let me close this file. Now try to understand what I did now is I copied the data from another Excel file, or it can be another notepad or CSV file or anywhere. I just copied and pasted. Understand this. When I copy and paste, there is no link between these two files. Just copy, paste, over, finish. Now, if you want to modify this, what I have to do? I have to go to this data. Here I have this get data, and here I have this launch Power Query editor. But most of the people, what they do is they'll do this mistake. Say, I'll click on this Power Query editor, you just see what happens. When I click on this, it will open another window. It will open another window. You just observe. Take some time. Okay. So this is Power Query editor. Are we finding any table here? Is there any table here to modify? Nothing. So this is the mistake what actually we do. So whenever I have any data in Excel, okay, we have to convert that into a table and then we have to take it to Power Query editor. Unless and until then, we cannot take the data to Power Query editor. So what I'll do now, I just showed you the mistake what actually we do. Okay, so we directly go to Power Query editor when we have the Excel data. So it's data in Excel, so we cannot modify. So what should I do? Let me just show you. Say, we'll open this Excel file. Let it be. So what I'll do, I'll go here. Can you see this data? Here I have this from table or range. Can you see this? Yeah. I'll click on this. When I click on this, the data, whatever is there, that will automatically get converted to table. I'll say okay. When I say okay, now you see this range, whatever was there, that got converted to table. Now you just see, can you see that? We have the data now. So this is how actually you should go to Power Query editor. There are various different ways. I'll show you. This is what this is by having the data in Excel itself. And then I'm taking that data into Power Query editor. But suppose if you link, that is different. That we'll see in the next step. Okay. Now you can see that I have this Power Query editor here. You can see Power Query editor. It's a different window from Excel actually. Right. Now, what is that we can do here? Why it is actually called as Power Query editor? Most of the people doesn't know why it is actually called as Power Query editor. We'll start working on this, but I'll tell you why it is actually called as Power Query editor. Okay. Now, the purpose of Power Query editor is for transforming, right? It's an ETL tool, extract, load, and transform. Now, what we are doing, we are trying to transform. I told you, transform means what we are trying to modify. Now, what I'll do, I'll select any of this column. Let's say, for example, I have this city. I select it. I want to convert this into uppercase. Let me go to this transform, and here I'll click on, say, text format uppercase. Saw that? Here I didn't write any formulas, selected one column and then converted that into uppercase. Done? Understood? So this is how actually we can do the transformation. There are so many things what we can do. I'll tell you the right way of using this Power Query editor. Now you understood? If I have the data in Excel, directly I cannot go to Power Query editor and edit. I have to convert that into table and then take that to the Power Query Editor. Done? All of you understood? This one simple example I've shown you that I just converted the smaller case into uppercase. Now, can you see this? As soon as I clicked here, I got one, task, whatever between the upper text, it is mentioning that. This is actually called as the steps what we have applied. And this is the query action. Okay. So this is called as Power Query Editor because every actions I do that will be recorded step by step. That will be mentioned step by step. And this is called as query. And where we edit all this queries, that is called as Power Query Editor. Understood? Now, suppose I don't want this particular thing, what I did, that is uppercase. I cannot say Control Z. Control Z will not work here. Then what should I do? I'll go here and I will cancel this. Delete that. Can you see? It is a revert back. Now let me go here. Let me do that again. I'll say uppercase. And then we'll do some more changes here. I'll say this also uppercase. Only that we can do here. Okay. 2 columns I change to uppercase. Now what I'll do, I'll just close this. It'll ask for the changes to keep. I'll say yes. Now if you see the data here in Excel, see the changes got changed. So this is Power Query Editor. Understood? So this one basic simple example I told. Now what we'll do is we'll see how we can import the data from various different sources and then we'll modify. Let me close this. Okay. Now what we'll do, we'll take one Excel file, a new Excel file. This time I will connect. I will not copy and paste the data. I will connect directly to the Excel or any other data sources. Now let me open this one Excel new workbook. This time what I'll do is, can you see in this folder I have so many various different data sources. It can be MS Access, it can be Excel, CSV, text file or anything. Let's say I want to connect the data and then import the data into my Excel sheet. Okay, all of you done. Now what we'll do, see this Power Query Editor and Power Pivots. I'll try to mix both and I'll tell you how actually you can use this in a simple way. Now what I'll do is I'll go to this data and I'll say get data. And here I have various different data sources. Can you see here? Various different data sources. Now, let's say I want to get the data from Excel workbook. I select it and I'll say from Excel workbook. Okay, so I'll go to that particular folder. Let me copy this folder. You can either browse or you can go here and take this. Right. Select the Excel file. Let's say I'm selecting this Excel file and I'll say import. Now, people, what I'm actually doing is I'm trying to connect. Understood the meaning of connecting and copying and pasting? Copying and pasting, there is no link. If I say connect, I'm connecting to that particular Excel file which I selected. Now, any modification happens in that file, the source what we connected, here also that will get reflected. That means you have to hit refresh, but otherwise they are connected. You're not copying and pasting. So keep this in mind. In Excel, we can import the data by connecting the source as well. Right. Now here I have this customer data. All these are what? These are nothing but the separate sheets. They're considered as different tables in Excel. Okay. We are trying to import here. I'll just select multiple items. Suppose if you think I want to select multiple items, I can go here, select. Let's say I will select data. I'll select location. And let's say I will select one more table, that is customer. Okay. 3 tables I have selected. I want to import. Now when I'm selecting, you can see that I'll get the preview as well here. If you think that there is some problem, if you want to modify the data, you can click this transform data, which will directly take me to the Power Query Editor. Otherwise, if I say load, this will load to Excel sheet. Understood? Now what I'll do, I'll go and I'll check every table, say data, there is no problem, everything is fine. But when I click on this customer, can you see this? I have this column 1 and column 2. Can you see the heading is not proper? That means there is some modification required. Right? So what we'll do is instead of loading it, I'll say transform. When I click on transform, it will take me to the Power Query editor directly. Either you can load and after that also you can modify it. Otherwise, I can actually go here and try to modify the data. I'll go here. I'll just select this customer. Now, if you see, the heading says column 1, column 2. We have to correct it. If you're not correcting, you know what happens? The tables are not connected. We cannot connect the tables. That is, there are various different tables, right? We cannot connect it. So for that, what I have to do is I have to make sure that the headings are proper. Now I'll go here. I will say in this home tab, use the first row as headers. Click on this. See, use first row as headers. Now, whatever data was there in the first row, that will go to the heading. I can see that there is a query, say promoted headers. Right? Now, if I'm okay with this, I can say close and load. Because still I've not loaded it, right, in the Excel sheet. But suppose if you think I want to modify a few things, I want to modify some more things. What I can do is, let's say, for example, I'll select this customer name. The customer name, I want this customer name to be capital letters. Now, you have two options. The option one, what we did in the previous example that I selected and I clicked on transform and clicked on uppercase, it got modified, correct? But which column got modified? The column which is selected. I selected one column and that column got uppercase. But if you think the source column should remain as is, I want my source column to remain as is, but there should be one more column which I should create and then modify that column. So what I'll do, I'll go here, right click, and here I'll say duplicate column. Can you see that? A column got duplicated. Now I'll go to this column and then I'll go to this transform. Here I have this format. I can say uppercase. Can you see that? Understood what I did? I duplicated a column and then I transformed that into uppercase. But otherwise, you also have an option where I can go to this add column. Click on this add column. And then if you see here, I have the same options. See, lowercase, uppercase. Can you see that same options here? If you go to transform, here also I have same options. So what does that mean? I'll tell you. This means if I want to modify the column what I've selected, I'll go to transform and use the options. If you want the same column, whatever I've selected should get duplicated and then modify, then I'll be using add column. Understood? So two options you have. One is the selected column and create a duplicate of it and then modify the column. So you have to decide. Otherwise, I have to do two steps. Duplicate manually and then modify. So instead of that, I'll directly go to add column and then I'll try to modify it. Okay. Now, if you see here, I selected and I made this as, so I'll go here to add column. I want one more column here with small letters. Lowercase. Now, I want a duplicate of it. This time, I'll not duplicate it. I'll go to this add column. I'll say format and I'll say lowercase c. Automatically, a column got created. Power Query Editor is so very interesting and you have so many options. You don't need formulas at all now. I'm not telling that every formulas can be eliminated. Some of the formulas you don't require at all now. You can easily use this Power Query Editor and do a lot of things. Even automations also you can do. All right. Now, not only this, let's go to the table. That is another table. So what I'll do, I have a lot of numbers here. So if you want to modify numbers, you can do a lot of modification on numbers. What is that? Say, for example, I have this profit. In Excel, we have a formula called as abs. So what abs will do? Convert negative number to positive number. Now I'll go here, and if I click on this, if you see, there are some negative numbers. I want to convert these negative numbers to positive numbers. Now, I have to decide whether the same column has to be modified or another column has to be created. Let's say I want another column to be created, then I'll use that column for, say, the negative numbers converted to positive numbers. Let me keep my original, the source column as is. I'll go to this add column. Can you see this from numbers? And here I wanted this to be converted to absolute value. See, You click on this now, there are no negative numbers. Understood? Yes? Okay. Now, let's say I have this quantity. Now, what happens? In this quantity, I need to add some numbers to this. Let's say I want to add 100, 200 or some quantity I need to add. Now, what I'll do? I'll go here, standard, see, I'll click on add. When I say add, it asks for some number. Say, for example, I want 100 to be added to this column. I'll say, okay, see. Can you see that? Automatically, the numbers are added. Understood? All of you? Yeah? Okay. Now, if you go here, we have some more options. If you go here, see, I have this to the power of square root, exponent, factorial. So all these options you can actually use. All these are some mathematical calculations. If you go to the standard, you can see that I can multiply, I can subtract, divide. Okay, there is two options here, divide and divide integer. So what is this? Divide, divide integer and modulo. Let's work on this. I'll tell you what it is. Divide means it will divide. I will give a number and the number is divided and it will give me only the integer part. That means quotient. You know what is quotient? We'll get that results, right? The result, whatever we get, it is without decimal. That we call it as quotient. If you go to Excel, there is a formula called as quotient. We can use that. Now, if you go here, let me select this. Okay, let's take this profit only. I'll go to the standard. I'll say divide. I'll divide this by 12 and say okay. Okay, see here. It is divided. This is division, but division integer. That means it will give me the quotient. Now let's do that. Let me go here. I'll select this. I'll say division, divide integer. So this is, let's say I'll say 12. See the difference between these two. You can see that this is only integer. That means quotient. Now this division will give me with the decimal number. Division integer will give me with integer, only integer part. You can see that, see 3.4928 or whatever. Here it only says 18.2985 is only 18. You got the difference? Whenever you think that I want only integer part, use division integer. Whenever I want the complete division with the decimal, then go for say divide or division, whatever. But what if I want to get the remainder? I want to get the remainder. Say when I divide the number, I get this quotient, but I want the remainder as well. So what I'll do, I'll go here. Let me select the profit. Here I'll say standard, and here I have this modulo. Modulo is nothing but mod function in Excel. It will give me the remainder. I'll go here and I'll say 12. Say okay. See, when I divide this number, the profit, whatever is there, this profit 41.9136, it is giving me the quotient as 3. Okay, that is 12. It is what? 12 into 3, 36, right? 36 minus 41.9136, it should be 5.9136 if I'm not wrong. See? Correct? Understood? So likewise, we can use this mathematical calculations, a number format, whatever you want, you can do it, the number calculations. Okay. Now let's say I want to round off the values. Let me select this. Already I have this column. I want to modify this column itself. I don't want to add one more column. Then what I'll do, I'll go to this transform. In transform also, we have similar kind of function. See, here I have this round, same thing we have there in the add column as well. Now I'll say round. I want the entire column to be rounded with the 2 decimals. I'll say okay. See, so all these are there, the formulas are there, right? In Excel. So we can actually use this Power Query editor, which helps me in modifying the data, transforming the data. So I don't have to bother about writing the formulas at all. Okay, right. So we understood about few things. Now let's go to this date column. Okay, you have this order date. People in Excel, what we do is if you want to extract day, month, year, or say convert that into date, we use a lot of options. We write a lot of formulas. Sometimes there are some formulas, say, but there are sometimes we don't have the formulas. For quarter, we don't have any formula. Right? Do you have any formula for getting the quarters? No. Do you have any formula to get the name of the day, that is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday? We don't have. Do you have any formula to get month name? No. Then we have this Power Query editor which will help me in getting all this. Go to this. Let's say I'll go to this add column and date. See, I want month name. Select here. Can see that name of the month. See, I can get the name of the month. Let me go here. I'll say name of the day. See, understood? Name of the day. There are so many options. If you go here, just select this date, click on this date. See, here I can get year, start of the year, end of the year. Now, what happens? You are trying to calculate something like this, say YTD. You know what is YTD? YTD is nothing but year to date. There's a DAX functions for this, but again, if you want to do this YTD, I need first date of the year. YTD is nothing but, say for example, today is what, 18th February, right? From 1st January 2024 to 18th February. So what is the sales? That is YTD. That is we are trying to do some calculations. MTD, that means month till date. Say month, first of this particular month up to 18th December. So likewise, if you want to do, then I need the first day of the month. Then we have this QTD, first quarter, first day of the quarter. Say if you go here, I'll say quarter, see, start of the quarter. I'll get the starting of the quarter. I want to get the quarter number. So I'll go here, select this date, say quarter, and say quarter of the year. This will give me quarter of the year. But keep in mind, the quarter what we are getting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, it is nothing but the quarter from January to December, not from April to March. Okay, further there are various different options what we can do that we'll learn in some other classes. Understood what is Power Query Editor? Now, any data you try to connect and then come to Power Query Editor, you can edit the data here, modify the data however you want. Say one more thing we'll do. I'll just make a duplicate of it. Say right click, and here I have this duplicate. I can duplicate the table itself. Let me show you something. Say I have this duplicated. So here, can I say this? I have one column here where I have the month name. Okay. I want this to be like a column header. So what I'll do, let me go here and I'll go to this home tab. Can you see this? I have this group by. Let me say group by. I'll click on group by. It'll ask, say, I'll go to advanced. Grouping means what? Grouping all the common values. Aggregating means what? Calculating the values depending on what group we have done. Now here, I will say, I want a region. Do we have region here? I think region column is not there. I'll just take ship mode ID is there. Yeah, ship ID is there. Another group will do. Let's say I'll take it's a segment ID. Okay, because it's the ID is what we have. Then what I'll do here, I'll say aggregate. Say we'll take sum of sales. Okay, I'm taking sum of sales, and here the column name I'll give it as total sales. Okay, let me delete this. Done. I'll say okay. Now you just see. Can you see this? I have a table like this, right? But I want this to be like a matrix. I could have taken the say month name as well. Otherwise, I just left. Now the segment ID should be as a column header. The segment ID should be as a column header, and this ship ID should be as a row header. Now what I'll do, I'll go here to this transform. Can you see this here? I have this pivot column. Click on this pivot column. It asks for which is the value field. I'll say total sales. Say okay. See. So that the entire table, whatever is there, I made it something like a matrix table here. Now let me close this. Last for load, I'll say load, close and load. What it will do is just try to load. I'll say load 2. And people, if you are writing your exam, okay, MO 200, so this option is there, load 2. It asks where should I load? I'll say as table, and all the tables, whatever is there, that should be in the new worksheet. I'll click on OK. Now you just see all the tables, whatever was there. I think there are 4 tables now, right? Let's see how many tables? 4 tables. They're getting loaded here. Can I say this? The table what I created. And here, location, I think we didn't do anything. Customer, we took 2 columns here. And then the data table, we had the month name and few columns we added. Can you see that? And okay, four tables. See, the 4 tables are available. Understood how we can modify? This is we connected with Excel and we modify. Can we do the same thing for other sources? Okay, it can be text file, it can be CSV file or Access file or even SQL server. Okay, so people who have registered, say for Power BI or say for any other say business intelligence classes. So this time we're actually teaching you about how to connect with Python and R language as. Okay, so people have already registered and people are my old student also. You can also attend that session. So we are actually teaching you how to connect to Python and R language as well. So this is in the Power BI we're actually teaching, not in the Excel. If you think you want to learn that, you can attend that. I think there is one session going on Power BI at 12:30. The people who have already registered, so you can attend that session. Otherwise, there are new batches which are starting. So if you still want to enroll, you can enroll and you can attend. But this time we are using the high-end connections as. Okay, right. So we'll do one thing. We'll try to connect with MS Access. One more example we'll do for this Power Query Editor. How to do that? So let me go here to this data. I'll say get data. Now I'm connecting with database, that is Access. If you think your data is in SQL Server, go to this SQL Server, but I'll go to this Microsoft Access database. I clicked on this Access database. Now let me select the table here. This is the file actually. I'll say import. When I click on this import, what happens? All the tables in that database will be listed. Like in Excel, we listed some tables, right? So in Excel, what happens? Every sheet is considered as different table. But here in database, there are different tables itself. I have the same tables here actually. See, click on this customer. I'll get the same table, which I just took with the Excel sheet. But this time what I'll do, let me take the product column, say product, segment, and ship mode from Access file. Let me say, if you think I want to modify, click on transform data. If not, I'll go to this load and I'll say load to. It asks where to load. I'll say let it be as a table. So here we have various different connections. Select this table if you want that to be loaded with data as a table. If you just say only create connection, the data is not loaded, it will be connected. So please be very careful with this. I'll go to this table and here I'll say let it get loaded in new worksheet. I'll say okay. And you can see that the data, whatever we selected from database is loaded. Okay. Right. See, product, segment, and ship mode, they are actually from Access file. Now, can we modify this? Because we took this Excel file and we modified. Can we modify the other sources? Like in this case, we have taken MS Access, right? So let's go to this Power Query Editor. How to launch that? I'll go to this data and I'll say launch Power Query Editor and we'll see how we can actually modify the Access file what we just imported. Can you see this product, segment, and ship mode? People, I told you in the beginning only, whether it is in Excel, CSV, or any other sources, you can see the data. It is exactly same. So this is from Access, right? This is from Excel. If you go and check the data, they're all in same format. So you don't have to bother whether it is coming from SQL or SQL Server or Oracle or from Access, text file, anything, it is similar. Let me go to this product column and here I have this product name or any other columns. I'll go here. See, let me select this product type. I want this to be splitted. Let's work on another option. What I'll do, I will try to over here, I'll make a duplicate of it. Why? Because there is no option that we can retain this and split. This will split the source column itself. So I just made a duplicate of it. I'll go to the split and I'll say split by delimit. See, it lasts for the delimiter. What is the delimiter? Hyphen in this case. What is delimiter? Delimiter is nothing but the character which will separate your data. That's it. Very simple. Now I'll say okay. See, can you see this? I just split the data. Otherwise, I have to use text before, text after, text split. There are other formulas what I have to use. Now, assuming that I done some modification, I'll say close. See now, this time it not ask for load because it's already loaded. If it is already loaded, the option what I get is to save. I'll say, do you want to keep your changes? Yes, keep. Understood? Right. So let's go to this product column and check. Can you see this? Columns. If you want, you can rename that, but it is split. Understood, all of you? Yeah. Right? Okay. So likewise, you can import any of the data. It can be PDF. It can be now. We can also import images. Everything you can do. Things are becoming more and more easier now. I think one point of time, we don't require any other tools also like R language or say Python. Python is included in Excel also now. It's not there in my version because it's a beta version, what they've released. Once it is done, then I can also teach you that. I don't have that, otherwise I've taught you that. But we can connect Power Query to Python as well. That I will show you in Power BI. Right, people? So this is about Power Query Editor. Okay, let's take 30 seconds. People online, did you find it very interesting? How did you feel about this Power Query Editor now? People who already have undergone the trainings, whom have thought it's fine, but otherwise people who have not heard about it or not worked on this, how did you feel about this topic? Quickly, let's take 30 seconds because a lot of other things also are there. People don't want to answer? People again and again I'm telling, so we spend a lot of time, sleepless nights sometimes to prepare all these documents. Okay, but I'm just asking 30 seconds from you to get how the topic was. I'm not telling how did I teach. I'm asking about how the topic was. At least tell about the topic. Quickly, I want all of you to answer so that we can go for next option, that is Power Pivot. That is still more advanced and interesting option. Quickly. Right, people. So let's continue with Power Pivots. All of you stop typing now. Let's continue with Power Pivots. Let me close this Excel file. Okay, close this Excel file. Now we'll understand about what is Power Pivots. Power Query Editor is for modifying the data, that is transforming the data we have. And what is power pivots? The power pivot is used to perform powerful data analysis and create sophisticated data models. Don't worry, I'll give this presentation. Okay? I'll share this PPT with you. With power pivot, you can mash up large volumes of data from various sources, perform information analysis rapidly, and share insights easily. We can do a lot of advanced analysis here. How? Let me show you. Let me minimize this. I will open one Excel file. New Excel. Usually why I do this is so that it's easy for me to explain. So it will also be very comfortable in understanding. But I'm opening a new, fresh Excel file. People, I'll just tell you one simple thing. Keep this in mind. Why power pivots are very useful. Power pivots are again a different window in power, say Excel. We don't have this concept in Power BI, but similarly, we have power pivots there also, but in a different way. Okay. So what is this power pivot actually? So what happens when I have the data, say 10,000, I can easily put that into Excel sheet because we have 10 lakh records, what I can actually store in one sheet. But what if there are 20 lakh records, 30 lakh records, 50 lakh records from, say I'm connecting from SQL server. I want to create the reports. Can we take that into Excel and create the reports? 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs? It is not possible. So in that case, I want to create the reports. What I'll do is I'll try to connect with other sources where we have more data and then try to analyze the data. How? Let me show you. Here, can you see this? I have this power pivot. There is one tab. Automatically, this power pivot tab will be available in new versions. 2016 and above, and Microsoft 365, we get this enabled. Okay. I can see this. I have something called as manage. Otherwise, we can go to this data. Here also we have this managed here. That is power pivot. Anywhere you can go, either here or in this power pivot. Let me click on this. When I click on that particular icon, here it says manage, or you can go to the data and you can click on the power pivot window. So here I'll get another window. Remember that Power Query Editor was a different window. Same thing here for power pivots also we get a different window. Okay. Right. So here what I'll do, I'll try to import the data. I'll try to connect the data from other sources. This is also connection. If you see here, I have say get external data. If you go and click on this, is there any Excel option here? No. Let me tell you why Excel option is not there here. Excel option is not given more preference in Power Pivots because if I have the Excel file itself, then I can directly go and do the analysis in Excel file itself, right? That means the number of rows, whatever I can store, I don't have to go to Power Pivots. So usually this is given to SQL Server, Access or something because assuming that the data is huge. Understood? Now we understood why actually we should use this, Power Pivots. So if it is another Excel, that means obviously whatever the limits is there, within that limit only the data will be there. But can we connect to Excel? Yes, we can also connect to Excel. How? Let me show you. For this, what you have to do is, can I say this? We have this from other sources. So what they've done is they've kept that in a different tab where not much preference is given here, but still we can connect. See, I'm not telling that you cannot do. I'm telling them the option is not there in the main tab itself. So here we have an option, connect to data source. I'm selecting this Excel or text file or whatever. I selected this Excel file. I'll say next, and here it will ask for the path. So what I'll do, I'll say browse, and let me go to that particular path itself. Okay, I'll say. Oh. Let me select this file. I'll say open and say next. Oh, sorry, back. So this has to be enabled. Sorry, this option. First row as column headers. Otherwise, we'll always face problem. The column header. We'll have a column 1, column 2, column 3. So here we have to select this so that the data, whatever is there, the first row will become header. Say next. And then I want to select all the tables which is required. Say I'll select all the table. And here I'll say finish. If I click on finish, what happens is it's trying to connect. Can you see that? It's trying to connect all the data, whatever is there. See, it will give me say success. That means the data is transferred successfully. Now we'll say close. When I say close, what happens? All the data is kept in that data model. So this we call it as data model. Okay. Now people, can you say this? I have all the data here, which is loaded. That previously, when I loaded the data into Power Query Editor, it was available in Excel sheet as well. Now let me close this window. So this is my window, right? This one, I'll close this. I'm in Excel now. I close that window. Is there any data here? Are we finding any data here? No, data is not there, but is there? Is it there in the Excel? It is there. Now, in this Excel sheet, it will not load your data. You can only do the analysis. How? Let's say I'll create one pivot table. So I'll go here, insert, and here I'll say pivot table. Here we have this from data model. I'll click on this data model, and it will ask for the existing sheet or new worksheet. Let's say I'll take this existing sheet itself. Can you see this data here? I mean the tables here. Though it is not there in Excel sheet, but still you can see the data. So this is called as Power Pivots. So I can create the pivot table. Now the data is in different sheets, correct? Usually pivot tables are created from only one single sheet, but now you can see that I have various different data. So what I'll do, I'll go here. Let me create one small pivot table. That is, I'll take this region, drag it, and I'll drop it here. Can you see that? I'm getting this region. Now I want to get the sales data. I'll go to this data. I will say sales, drag it and drop it here. Can you see this? I'm getting this, but am I getting right result? Am I getting right result? No. Why? Because there should be some connections between the tables. Now here, can you see that I say auto detect? Let me click on this auto detect. You can see that it's getting connected. Now you see I'll get the right result. Can you see? Now when I say auto detect, can you see there was one line here separator? These two are coming in one section now. That means they are connected. How are they actually connected? Let me show you. Again, I'll go back to this data and here I'll say manage. Okay. I'm coming to this data model. Let me go to this home tab. Can you see this? I have one diagram. I'll click on this diagram. Can you see here the data and location table? Now they are connected. But there are tables which are not connected actually. Let me take all these two, forget about these two. Let me take this product and I'll take this segment, ship mode. Okay, I'll keep all this here like this. Forget these two. These are not required for us. I should have not imported. But anyways, see here the customer, ship mode, product, and segment. All these four tables are not connected. Now I want to create reports on segment. So what I'll do, I'll go to this segment ID. Okay, see, select, drag and drop. Like what we do this in Power Query Editor. Same thing we can do. Sorry, the Power BI, not Power Query Editor. In Power BI, what we do the connection, same thing we can do here also. This is called as data modeling, where I'm connecting various different tables. Now let me go back to the Excel. Okay, so what did we connect? See segment? It's connected now. See. Now let me go here and I'll take this segment and I'll drag and drop. See, I'm getting this results because they are connected. But the same thing, if I go here and if I connect the customer, see, I'll not get that result. Why? Because they're not connected. So how to connect? Again, let me go back here. Let's say either I can click on this auto detect, or what I can do is I can go here and say customer ID. And I can see that. It's connected. Now let me go back. See, I'm getting this result and can see that the customer ID, the customer table, it is coming into one section. So this is called as Power Pivot. But people, you should be very careful with the connections. What is that? Say it's not that I can just keep on dragging and dropping anywhere like that. Say if I go here, I'll select the ship mode. and I'm connecting the ship ID. Is it right? We should think about the columns as well. See, it is getting connected, but is not correct. Because for me, I need a ship ID to be connected with ship ID. Say also delete. And here I'll select the ship ID and I'll select here. Understood? It's connected. People, whenever I'm connecting in data model, in Excel, I'm telling it should always be the connection one to many. So what is this one to many or many to one? I'll tell you. Here in this table, I have all the values unique. The IDs are unique. They are getting connected to this data table, which can be duplicated. The values can be duplicated. But you see this product ID. I'll try to connect this. Purposely, I just made some errors here so that I can explain you what happens when I'm connecting. See here, it won't connect. The reason is in this product ID table, there are some duplicates. Many to many is not allowed in Excel, but many to many is allowed in Power BI. So keep this in mind. Okay. So this is about Power Pipes. Don't you feel this is very useful? Yeah, it's very useful because whenever you are trying to connect the data to another source, like say SQL Server or Oracle or the MySQL or anything, that is because I connected that with the product ID. It's showing me error. Okay, so this is very interesting actually. And forget about interesting; is very useful actually, so that I can create pivot table from multiple fields. Okay, right. Right. So people online, tell me, don't you think this is very useful? Quickly answer, then we'll go for OneDrive and Excel on web. It is actually very useful, whether you answer or not, I'll tell you, it is very, very useful. That is why I'll always tell people, start learning these kind of advanced things. Please. Why? Because you're still writing the same old formulas. You're writing still some old kind of manual entries. That's not good. Again, I'm telling there are some people who say, learn AI, learn ChatGPT, otherwise your jobs are gone. Job will not go, people, I'll tell you. You just try to improvise your skills enough. AI and ChatGPT is fine, but along with that, you should know this logic also, right? If you don't know about these things, you learn, you use any AI, any ChatGPT. If you don't know how to analyze the data, what is the use? So make sure that your foundation is strong, but use the latest tools. Understood? Without the logics, if you try to use all the AI tools, ChatGPT will only give the answer. Right? You should be able to understand. In ChatGPT, if you give any questions, it will put one caption in the bottom. Please check the content before using it. Have you observed that? No? You just try and see. It will give entire details, but still it has got doubt. It will say use only whatever is required. Just go and check that. Okay. All right. All right, people. So let's go to next topic. Okay, next topics are online. That is the OneDrive and how to use Excel on web. Okay, so it's a very simple thing. If you know about the Google Drive, okay, then this is very easy. So here I'll not be teaching you the entire thing, but I'll just tell you how to actually use the OneDrive and the Excel on web. Say, let's go here and I'll say office, sorry, office.com. Okay. There is a website, office.com, that is for MS Office. You can see that directly. I came here. Okay. So when you come here, so I'll get one window like this. And here I have all the applications, whatever is there, that is online. Now you can see that I have this OneDrive. Yeah. This OneDrive is very much equivalent to our Google Drive. This OneDrive, what it will do is it will give me some cloud space where I can store up to 1 TB if you have Microsoft 365. You'll get 5 GB of space when you have Microsoft Excel 2021. What about other things? No, you will not get. Okay, only 5 GB of space will be there. Now, let me click on this OneDrive. When I click on this OneDrive, what it will do is it will take me to my OneDrive. This OneDrive is actually used for any applications which comes under this MS 365. MS 365. Okay, it can be Power BI, it can be any other thing, say Excel, Word, PowerPoint. See, all this, whatever I've stored here, these are all the files which I've stored online. That means I can access this from anywhere. I can log in from any system, from any part of the world, and I can download that or modify that depending on whatever files I have done. So here, say I have this my files. If you go here, all these files will be there. So you can see that I have all the folders here. Okay, so all the files, folders, so everything I can store here. Not only the MS 365 files, you can also store any other, say, you can use that like a Google Drive. So you can create one folder, store all the videos, store all your files. But when I'm actually working on that, I can save. That's what I told. Understand? I can save means say I have this Excel file I opened. If you want to save, I can save in that drive. But if you want to store something, I can drag and drop the videos, files, whatever, I can store it here and I can give the permission. Say, for example, I'll go here. Say, I want to share this. Click on this. See, it'll ask whom to share. Okay. And I can select all the people who are there in this particular list and I can share that. And you can see here I have this option. Say, can edit, can view. So if I share that particular folder or file, you can give an option of can edit or can view. Same thing is there in Google Drive also, right? So you can do that. And once you've given the permission, you can also copy the link and you can send. So send the mail or say some notification will be given to that particular email ID what you have taken. So what happens? They'll get the option where they can go, they can access those files. So here you can go and you can check. There are so many options and it's very simple actually. Say if anybody has shared the file or folder, whatever, that will be available here and I can start using the password. Now let's go to this home tab. So here I have, any other things which you have stored. So everything will be available here. Okay, anything deleted, recycle bin. Then you have some favorites. That is favorite in the sense like the commonly used, files. So I can just convert that, say I can mark it as favorite and I can use it here. Let me go back. See here, Power BI, I can see that. I can go and I can start my Power BI also here. So you don't have to again go install something. This will directly take me to the online Power BI. That's Power BI online where I can create all my reports and I can store it. So the advantage of 365 is you will get everything in one place. So you don't have to go, install Power BI and again store that somewhere. Not required. Everything is there. Everything is available in one single place. Okay. Right. If you want to explore more application, click on this. Explore all your apps. See here. There are so many apps here. See all these apps. And then I'll say all apps. See, most of them we would have not seen also. Teams, whiteboard. Okay. Project. Say MS project. If anybody wants to work, they can work on this. See. Understood. So here I have all the options. I can go here. I can select this and I can use it. This is one. And you get 1 TB of space. Okay. Right. Now coming to this Excel online. Is it different from the Excel desktop what to do? Not much different. But few options will be enabled, few options will not be available. So I'll go here, see, I'll get this new workbook. Same options will be having here, but this directly will be saved to the cloud itself. Okay, I can save that data in cloud and you can share the data itself. See, you have this home tab. All the options, whatever is there, is available. Let me go to this insert. I can insert all the options. Say here we have all the options like charts and things like that. And here you can type. Everything is same. But can I say this? Few options will not be available. Few options. So here also we have this, say data from picture. So we can convert the picture into tables, data from Power BI. So this is like get data. Remember that get data. So we can do that here. Say, go to this formulas. I can write the formulas here. See, all the formulas, whatever is there. But whatever I do here, this is completely online. This is OneDrive. So if you want, you can save that and you can still download that. It's not that we cannot use this in desktop. We can download that and we can use it in desktop. Okay, understood? So you can either use Excel web and you can either use Excel desktop. Excel web is completely free. You can go, you can log in and you can use it. Excel web is completely free, but there might be some restrictions as well. It's not that whatever they give free, everything will be available easily. There will be some restrictions, some options will not be available, some functionalities will not be available. Okay, so it is better always go for this 365. And people who wants to purchase 365, they can purchase from us, but we have kept it on hold because all the license, whatever we have purchased, is here. Now we are waiting for some more licenses, which is not available now. Once it is available, I'll surely let you know. So again, you can purchase if anybody needs. If you already purchased, no worries. If anybody needs, please let us know. We have kept it on hold because now everyone wants this 365. Okay, in the website it is somewhere around 7,000 actually for 1 year subscription. So what we are giving is we are giving it for 799. That is for the lifetime access. That is for the students. Our students are actually giving. But as of now, if you already taken, it's fine. If you're not taken, please wait unless and until we get. Will not take the don't pay also. So I think the two of them actually paid. We don't have the license now. We're waiting for them because the huge demand. We have to wait. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Okay. Excel web. All right. So people, next, suppose now there is one link. I'll just share that link. Okay. After that, I'll speak about this because I'll forget a lot of things. Let me go here and I'll send that link. People who are online, this is the link for certificate. Okay. I'll just take this. I will share this. Okay, please copy this for you people. I will send. Okay. This is a certificate link for the session what we have taken. So here I will be sending you some gifts. So you can collect that, but please message me in LinkedIn. I cannot go and check all the WhatsApp. There will be hundreds of messages. So please message me in LinkedIn. I'll send you. You'll be getting some certificate like this. Okay, you'll be getting certificate like this. The next, suppose anybody wants to learn more advanced features, like whatever I've taught, right? I just took some 2 or 3 or some 4 or 5 topics. Say if you think you want to learn complete advanced new features, so there is one course actually, which is just 399 rupees. If anybody needs, if anybody is interested, so please go and you can log in and you can purchase. People who have registered for the entire course, live classes, please don't purchase because this course will be teaching you. People who are actually new and who wants to just learn only this, only those people purchase. Otherwise, people who are not from our institute, okay, please do not purchase. So we actually give you that completely free and we'll be teaching you that. So don't pay for that. People who are already registered in ITAS. People who have not registered, people who are not from ITS, they can go here. They can get the entire course with materials and everything is there. You can purchase this. And there is one more mega bundle which has got more than 28 courses. If you think you want to purchase, you can purchase that as well. Okay, so here we have, it is just 4,999 plus GST will be applied. So you can get this copy as well. That is, again, this is for anyone, people who are from ITAS or others also can purchase. That is your wish. But it has got more than 28 courses and a few more courses have been listed. So we are trying to add that courses as well. There are some new things which will be coming in March. We'll announce that as well. Okay. Right. So please post your certificate. So I've sent the link. And if anybody wants to connect with me in LinkedIn, so I'll send that LinkedIn as well. So this is my LinkedIn. I'll give the link as well. And then if anybody wants to join our community, I'm posting that link as well. So you can join this community. So After a week, okay, I'm planning for something very interesting courses, lot of interesting courses like advanced pivots, data cleaning, okay, which are very much required. So if anybody wants to attend those classes completely free, okay, they can get into this community aspect. Okay. If anybody wants to connect with YouTube and Instagram, so that link also I'm sharing it with you. Fine. Right. So people, before you leave, okay, I'll not waste much time. So we have a big announcement for this 2024. So how many of you are actually interested to know about this big announcement? Or do you know what actually it is? I think most of my students know about this. Most of my students already know about this. Right. Let me tell you, okay? Because even I have a lot of other things to do, so I'll not make you people wait. Okay, people, one thing is this is already out. So I have been awarded as Asian Admirable Achievers Award. I am in third position out of 430 plus candidates. This is for the entire Asia. They did some survey and I was selected in third position. Okay, I think some of you have already seen that book also, right? Some of you have seen that. Okay, right, people. So this is one award which I've already got. And next award, okay, next award is I have been selected for the Outstanding Leadership Award for 2000. It's actually not 24, it's 23 actually. In 24, they're actually giving. So this award will be given in Dubai. This award will be given in Dubai on 21st February. So I'll be traveling tomorrow to collect my award. So I'll not be available for 1 week. That's why I told that I'll not be available. So this is the award, very prestigious award, which Education 2.0. Okay, these people actually conduct some surveys. They will take a lot of interviews. They will check with some of the other competitors as well, and then they will select out of 3,700 people. They will filter 500 people in this education. Okay, see, say education and learning field. So I am one of the 50s, out of 50 people, even I am one among them. Okay, so this is for the global selection, what they do. So I have been selected for Outstanding Leadership Award as well. Okay, right. There is one more actually, which we have been selected as the Emerging Tech Analytic Courses Provider of the Year. That is, you can see these companies here. Yeah, these people have, these are the judge panel actually. They actually do a lot of things. So for this also we had a lot of nominations which had come. So we have been selected here. I don't know which position, but yes, we have been selected for the analytic courses for the year. And this is by eLet's Digital. Okay, this award is actually in Bangalore and this will be on 23rd February. Okay, and there are two more awards which actually have been nominated, but that will be in April. They'll be announcing. I don't want to reveal that, but that will be still more bigger than this actually. Okay, right, people. So these are the big announcement which I actually wanted to do, wanted to give you people. So I think I am actually feeling very happy about what happened this year, and I really thank. This is not just because of me. Okay, it is because of the students who have given a lot of good comments. That's why I'll be keep asking you, give frank comment. I never ask you people to give, go and put this comments or put 5 ratings or something. Yes, you do sales like other people as well, but not like other people who keep on putting pressure. You've seen people putting pressure, right? But we'll tell whatever is required, you purchase, otherwise you can leave it. Otherwise, we try to give a lot of free contents and that too without any cost. And people, next month, okay, there is one very big announcement, but only for regional language people who are very poor, who are very, from a poor background. So I want all your support to promote this. And we are doing some trainings. I will announce that this is only for the regional people, okay, who are actually, because I get a lot of requests from these people. We've been doing this from last 2 years, right? We have ITAS Asare, who is actually helping many engineering students and school students or college students to get their certifications done on this data analytics and data science. Same thing we are doing for next month. So I want your support. When I come back, I will announce that. So please support me on that. Where let's support people who are actually in need. Okay. So whatever we can do within our limits, let's do. I need your support as well. And for all these awards, people, I'll really thank because it's not just only I have nominated and I took the interview or say they checked, they also have checked all your comments. Okay, they've done all the surveys. So say it can be your certificate and you put some comments. You've taken some project and you put some comments. And in the course you put some comments. Then you have completed your MO 200, PL 300, or any other certifications. Whatever comments you have done, they have taken every single thing and then they have selected the institute as well as the trainer. Okay. So I would, this is really very important thing for me to thank you all. Okay. Not only you, there are many other companies, corporate companies also have been interviewed. So they asked about us, they have given good feedback about us. So it is you. I always request to people, if we want to grow, so we want your frank and transparent feedback, which will actually give us more growth like this. And the more the growth, the more I can help the students. Actually, I'm not a big person to any, serve the entire society. Whatever is possible from me, I'll surely do it from mine. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for this. Right. So keeping this in mind, okay. So what we have thought was from 19th to 20th February, if anybody enrolls to any of our course or packages, okay. So we are giving 25% flat discount with placement assistance, okay, and HR services as well. This is completely flat 25% discount on any of the courses and packages. Okay. Right. So if anybody is interested, you can contact Suma. I'll just give the number 99 say 9 Okay, this is Suma's number. I'll just display that on screen as well. I'll just put that number here. Please contact Suma. She will help you in getting registered. Okay, so if anybody wants this course or packages, please let us know. We are giving 25% discount because of what you guys have helped us, say from 19th to 29th February. Okay, so what are the benefits? So you can enroll now and you can join any batch. Okay, up to 31st December, you have the time. So you can join up to that. Lifetime access to live classes will be there. So you can attend any number of batches. And we are also providing HR services, including resume updates, LinkedIn optimizations as well. Along with this, placement assistance, interview preparations, project support will be given, and internships for data science package. All of them already we are doing, but now we are actually trying to get more and more projects as well. So from March, we are actually doing a lot of other activities for all the people who have taken this data science and diploma, because we want them to get 100% job. So this is our motto actually. But as others promise saying that 100% job guarantee, I don't give false promise, but I will surely, try my best to get you a job. But otherwise, internship and experience for sure what the industry needs. More than that, we are actually trying to give that from March. Okay, right, people. So please fill the form. Please fill that. The form here. Let me just give this certificate link again. Please fill this. If you can give me soon so that I can give your certificate. So yes, I'll share the PPT. Okay, don't worry. I'll share this PPT and also the video as well. So you can. Okay. All right. So before I end this session, I think we are supposed to take the questions as well. So people, quickly, I'll just unmute all of you. Any questions, please ask me. Still, we have some time. So you can now unmute and you can ask me the questions. So here we have the mobile number. You can take the mobile number. You can contact us. So any questions, people? No question. People, you can unmute and you can ask the question if you want. I will answer. Quickly, we have some time now. So let's utilize that time. Even if you don't have any questions, don't worry. So what is the use of Copilot in Excel? Okay, I think Sai Guru asked this question. See, Copilot is still not completely enabled in MS Office, or say, but Copilot is something which is something like I can give some prompt. Say I want to do some reports. It will automatically understand what I need and then it will give me the reports. It is a AI concept, which is there which is actually from Microsoft. Okay, that is not there in a full-fledged actually, but still they are working on something. So you can see that in DAX also we have that Copilot. Okay, so I will talk about that. There are a lot of things to talk about Copilot as well. ChatGPT, AI, there are so many things. So one by one we'll do that topic. So Copilot is nothing but it is an AI concept which we can give the prompts, we can give some queries. Accordingly, it will give you the results. Okay, Sai? Okay, sir, even the old students get the opportunities for internship. If you have taken data science, okay, 100% you will get the opportunity for internships. That I promise. So anybody who have already registered, okay, for data science, so they are eligible for internships and no extra cost for that. Shweta, got it? Joseph, yes, I will surely share the files. Don't worry. Taken diploma in analytics and reporting. Yes, you will get. That's what I told her. Data science and above. Because diploma is more than that. So you will get that, internship. So we'll give you that internship. Don't worry. People, you can place your questions the next webinar, next workshop. We'll try to understand that. If it is like practically, then we can work practically. And we are also having the idea about the question and answers, where I'm trying to arrange weekly once we'll meet and we'll ask all the questions. But my my motto from March is people who are with us, they should get the job. So this is my target actually. So let's see how actually it works. I'm actually speaking to so many HRs, so many placement agencies as well. Still, we are aggressively doing a lot of things so that people will get 100% job. But again, it is you who have to put a lot of effort. Okay. So it will be difficult. The recording. Okay. Okay, I'll send the recording. No worries. I will send the recording. People, I'll put that recording. But give me some time. I will send the recording. Okay, I have one session now. I'll finish that, and after that, I'll put the recording. Right, people. Thank you so much. So let's meet in the next session, or if you are there in some training, so let's meet in that training. Okay. Bye, all of you. Take care. Have a great day.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for this session.
Bye.
Bye.